I participated in the Global Comic Awards contest at the beginning of the month, and now that the results are out, I can finally talk about it. My procrastination and the misinformation could not have made me more anxious. Salsa's giving everyone the wrong deadline is certainly interesting. Apparently there was internal miscommunication going on between the two collaborators, Tapas and Clip Studio Paint, so Clip Studio Paint published the wrong dates. I don't even blame them because I trusted the Clip Studio Paint submission deadline more than the one Tapas gave. The time was so specific, how do you come up with that on your own? Tapas didn't even give a time. It's definitely unprofessional for both parties. Did no one from either company bother to check each other's posts? You only have like 3 pieces of information to deliver, how do you mess that up? I'm genuinely curious because I'm surprised that it even happened in the first place. Both companies are pretty high profile in the art industry. It just seems like they didn't take this project seriously. I found out while I was making this video that Tapas did specify the time, but in fine print at the bottom of the page and not at the top. I didn't even know all this was down here. Now I did ask Tapas if they were going to evaluate July 1st submissions at the time, and fortunately they did, so that was good for those 5 people who submitted within Clip Studio Paint's deadline. My experience on the creative side was kind of nothing, to be honest. I mostly did it just to do it for the experience. The theme was the last train, so I had no idea what to write about. The only thing I could think of was apocalypse, but I decided that I had to participate anyway because I can't seem to work on my own webtoon since I have trouble working again after coming home from work. So I felt like I wasn't doing anything productive with my life. I had a dream earlier this year of me seemingly dying, and because it was so randomly blockbuster, I wrote down what little I could remember at the time, and tried to build a story for this contest on that foundation. All I remembered was that there was some sort of creature apocalypse going on, a woman helped me, I don't know with what. I was in the train station going up the elevator, and as soon as it opened, a bunch of people came rushing towards the elevator I just got off. Someone's luggage opened up after I bumped into them. Then I'm suddenly running away from these creatures via moving platforms by myself on the rooftop because I guess I decided to go up even though I just saw a bunch of people running out of there, but I wouldn't know because there were no scene transitions. The last scene of the dream is me on a boat with someone, probably that first woman who helped me, and a giant shark biting off a portion of the boat like it was Raft. I have no clue why there was a boat or how I got on it from the train station, not to mention the sudden body of water, but I fell off the boat like you do in Raft, along with the immense anxiety and fear due to the shark in front of you, but that's where the dream ends, probably because I died. And by I this whole time, I didn't mean I as in me, I meant the POV of me in the dream because I don't think I was my real life self. So I write all of this down roughly, then begin to design the art style and paint right away. But I realized how inefficient painting every panel one by one is going to be, so after I actually developed the script, I sketched out panels and later ended up paneling with my mouse instead so that I can draw straight lines by holding shift and move selections by holding control. The rendering part was taking way too longer than expected after the sketch, flat color, and shading, so I regretted doing it this way, but I think I would have regretted it either way. Because I procrastinated too much, I only really had a week to work on my webtoon, so I ended up having to cut the story very short and half-ass a lot of the art, including the background. The alternative was me giving up, which I was about to do because it was just so much work and I was very overwhelmed. But then I remembered I told my friend I would participate, and she told me I should get it done no matter what, just for the experience, and I didn't want to tell my friend how pathetic I am not being able to finish the thing I said I would, so I was only able to get through it thanks to her. And I am glad that I did because it was the first time I genuinely realized what it takes to create a webtoon. The writing part was fine, but drawing was complete hell because it's pure labor work at that point. I'm not very passionate about drawing, so this was so much work that I couldn't enjoy the process of, which only made me decide that in the future I should just hire an artist to draw for me after I create the art style, but obviously I can't do that anytime soon. The most important realization that came out of this is that there is really no excuse for you to not make a webtoon if you've always wanted to make one, because if you have to do it, then you can definitely make a decent episode in 2 weeks. It's just if you're the only one motivating yourself to do it, you can't unless you have that much determination and the will to execute it. Most people have the time and desire, but not the resolution. So if you're like that, then you could also make use of a contest. I was surprised by just how many entries there were, over 750, so congratulations to everyone who won. I like the directing of this webtoon called The Expired Ticket. The art is pretty too. Onward Express is really nice as well. Look at the whales! I didn't notice them the first time. I don't know what these are actually, maybe dolphins. Anyway, hopefully this was interesting. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time.